you got a big responsibility right now. You know, there's a big movie coming out, Martin. You know, one of the biggest movies of the year, they say. At least right now, it's one of the movies that people are looking forward to. The second to maybe The Avengers, Endgame. And are you looking at me like that?
You said I have a big responsibility. I want to know what this is.
Martin, to tell these people who are eagerly waiting for this movie, to tell them how it is.
Which movie are we talking about?
Is this a setup?
I don't know. You started it.
Martin?
Yeah, go on.
Shazam! Oh, we look like we're having a Shazam off.
Whoever says it first.
That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Here's the thing about Shazam. Everybody looking forward to Shazam. And see, when Shazam is, I like the way that things kind of started with my boy because, you know, when DC first announced that they were going to do, you know, Marvel ain't got shit on us. We doing our own cinematic universe. We're going to show Marvel how it's done. And plus, how can we fail when we have our team leaders right here, your boys, Batman and Superman up in here. Everyone thought that this was obvious. These are going to be the ones to come in and kill it and kickstart this universe off right. Thing is, a lot of sexual tension between these guys. And, you know, they got too wrapped up in a little petty ass fight. Yeah, man, you know, look. Yeah, you know, they and then it
Get a room already.
Exactly, man. It soon became obvious to people that these two, you know, they got their relationship to work on. You know, y'all need to like fix yourselves before you actually try to start this universe. You know, they looked at it and said, "Well, shit, I guess it's time to get the B team up in there." You know, hey, Fishman, yo, come on. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that Fish Dude and the chick would have been the ones to make your boys Batman and Superman look like some bitches, man? I mean, really, those were supposed to be the ones, man. Because even when Batman versus Superman came up, people were still making fun of your boy Aquaman.
Yeah.
Even when he came up, when he was coming up, they like, oh, you mean water dude? Whoa!
What's he gonna do? Talk to fishes?
Yeah.
How's that gonna solve crime?
Yeah, Aqua dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Water bro.
Woo! Yeah. My man. How much have you had to drink today?
A lot.
A lot. They were the ones to blow up.
Yeah.
They were the ones to actually come in and turn things around. You know, and that's why it's so funny to see that you know, even Shazam is in that to let you know, hey, if you didn't know it already, Batman, Superman, y'all ain't shit. Fuck you. Yeah, take some of this lightning, bitch.
How about some more of that?
Yeah. Got it. That shit is hurting. Ooh, it hurts so.
Stop doing
it. My chest. Frying that ass. That's what's happening right here, man. All these heroes that we never thought would have come up and actually would have done not even as well, but better than your A-team out there.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing. And that's what people are kind of saying right now about Shazam. You know, the word, we're not telling you anything. We're not trying to hide anything that you don't know already. The word of mouth on this thing is great. People got to see a pre-screening, you know, a paid pre-screening that they had. That's how confident Warner Brothers is about this film. You were one of those people that got to see that.
I did. I saw it was happening, and I was just like, you know what? $10, I get it out of the way early. Why not?
Yeah, I stayed at home because, like I said, somebody had to show support for Dora the Explorer.
Of course, I understand. I understand.
I went ahead and took the hit. Did it for the kids.
Yeah.
You, Martin. You out there enjoying what some people say is a great, not just kids movie, but a family film. Mm-hmm. It also works as a good superhero movie. But you know, Martin, I know you don't go with the flock.
I'm just now hearing what you're telling me people been saying about
Oh, really?
it. I've looked at no other reviews.
All right, Martin, that even has me more excited. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer, which you've seen many times, but let's just freshen up with this, and then we'll be back with Martin's review.
Can leave tall buildings in a single bound.
Y'all say I hate DC. Y'all say I'm like Marvel. I just pick on DC whenever they come out. I do, but that's just to make them. That's to make them better.
Yeah, I feel that.
No, it's tough love that I do for DC because I don't have any hatred for DC. I grew up with DC characters as much as I grew up with Marvel characters.
Sure.
You know, that's because I even want to mention that some people, you know, I act like I'm a nerd and everything, but I did know because some people are confused. Before we get into the review, some people are confused about Shazam because you know he don't just go by Shazam. Boy got too many names.
Oh
Yeah, you know he's Martin. You know he was the look. They put it up there. The original.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. Fuck that bitch. I was first.
Well, that's the whole funny thing. They're playing that song. My name is. He doesn't have a name. They can't call him Captain Marvel because Marvel owns the name Captain Marvel. You can't call him Shazam. Well, at least he can't tell anybody he's Shazam. Because that's the magic word that makes him change back into a little
can't nobody,
kid.
But this Captain Marvel right here, it's what they because because people look at this, they really are confused. For some people who just maybe if you don't know about comics, you don't know that that there was this thing with two Captain Marvels from two different companies that are out there. Because some people are looking at this and they're like, damn, when he says Shazam, does he also lose his dick and go hang out with the Avengers? Because I'm confused because he's a chick sometimes. So how does this work? Yeah, you know it. Explain to people how it is just briefly. Like it's two different characters.
This Captain Marvel that we see in the red and yellow suit, he existed first from a different company, publishing company called Fawcett. And DC, they might have been national periodicals at the time, but they sued them, that company Fawcett, saying he's a ripoff of Superman. And Fawcett was a little company. I mean, they should have won the case, but they couldn't fight those lawyers.
Yeah.
So they lost, they went out of business, and then DC was like, oh, well, here's this character just kind of floating around. I guess we'll just take that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Marvel started, they Marvel Comics. They got their own Captain Marvel.
Well, that's some shit, ain't it? Like DC, like, well, I guess you're not going to eat that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No use in letting this get cold.
Right. So DC grabs it. They own this own Captain Marvel. They drove out of business and were able to pick it up. But in the meantime, Marvel started their own Captain Marvel. So now they're like, all right, we got two Captain Marvels here. And, it kind of peacefully coexisted for a while. But now there's licensing and money at stake.
There's major films out there. You have this Captain Marvel here.
Yeah.
So the other one's just going to have to completely go by Shazam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, Shazam says, look, man, I'm a gentleman. I don't need two names anyway. What am I going to do with that?
Yeah, but he can't tell anybody his name.
Yeah. No, that's true. So he can't say the name.
So you go through this whole movie, he begins and ends with him not having a name.
Can he just kind of like break it down? People like, what's your name? Shazam.
They call him everything possible in this movie. I mean, you hear his buddy Freddie Freeman calling him Captain Sparkle Fingers, making fun of him. But throughout the movie, whenever he's on TV doing something, they're like, "Oh, it's the hero."
No, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's just different names. Yeah.
That actually adds to the humor of what I'm seeing right here.
It kind of does. I mean, they're like, "Oh, finally, Philadelphia has a superhero," because that's where it takes place.
That's where it takes place.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not like I'm not familiar with Shazam. Which is why I
Did you watch the Saturday morning live action show?
I was going to say, man, I just knew that he was this kid that could turn into like he was like a 15 to like 17-year-old kid who could turn into a big roided out white dude.
Yeah.
And then they used to have this Saturday morning. You can't say cartoon.
No,
it was
live action.
live action show, and that thing used to be. For some reason, it was one of my favorite shows on Saturday morning.
I loved it.
Chosen from among all others by the immortal elder.
And that was the only part that was animated. That was the cheapest animation.
Because they only animate their lips.
Yeah, they had what it was. It was the Greek mythology gods and heroes standing on a hill, and they would never move. They just stand up to just posing, looking at Billy Batson, and the only thing that would move with their mouths, Billy, did you save the day again today? We're proud of you.
Billy, you will discover someone much like yourself.
Yeah.
But in the end, Billy, only you can decide.
Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Billy Batson, and his
Like,
men
damn, why ain't they moving?
and to seek justice for all.
Where you going?
It's funny because his mentor, who always wore that safari jacket, his name was Mr. Mentor.
You run around like, shit, where's the bathroom at? Fuck.
Justice
I used to love.
You see how long that
man.
transformation took? He gets shocked and all that. And there was a time somebody was falling off a building and he saw him and yelled Shazam. I was like, they're dead.
Yeah. I did notice that. Like, it always took him a long ass time to make that transformation. It's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. City's destroyed. Don't. Well, since I'm here, no, don't worry about it. Is there a gay club around here or something? Just stand up there. I'll be right there.
Hold on. Oh, damn it.
Y'all know him. Some of y'all have seen that cartoon. Some of y'all seen clips on adults on Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, probably use his app, Shazam, out there. You know, you gotta. Hey, you be like him. You don't know a song, Shazam. Oh shit, Prince. I didn't know that. Wow, he really did make a lot of music. I want to get into the review with you right now. A lot of people, like I said, man, have been looking forward to this movie because it just looks so charming, man.
Yeah,
looks so fun. So I'm hoping that's a review that you have for us right here. But I know you speak the truth, Martin. You don't follow the crowd.
I only speak the truth.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can only tell you what I saw.
Martin, let's hear what you saw.
So what I saw was a movie that, in truth, is very fun and entertaining. It's got some major issues, but for the most part, there's lots of it that works really well. Especially, I forgot the kid's name, Jack, whatever, from It, who plays his Freddie Freeman, it's his foster brother.
Yeah.
But whenever it's him and Zachary Levi together, all of that works. The two of them are great together. And Zachary Levi he does a good job of playing a 15-year-old in a grown-up's body.
Yeah.
And you can buy that the original kid, I think his name is Archer Angel, something. I was like, that's
like a superhero name himself, yeah.
But he comes across like he could be the grown-up version of that same kid. And there's humorous things. There's ever so often they pull off, like toward the end, they pull off something that's humorously clever that I've been like, man, I'm glad finally a superhero movie has addressed this one thing.
Yeah. that
happens. And so it's about the time somebody said it. And yeah, you have a good time with it. But there's a few issues. You have a bunch of kids who are the other foster kids. Mm-hmm. And they play a pivotal role later on. But leading up to that, they're types. They're all diverse,
yeah.
But you don't get to know them well enough so that later there's enough of an emotional payoff.
Two things you mentioned already. One, you said they address something. Do they actually address how dangerous superheroes are and how dangerous it is to have a child in a superhero's body in the movie?
That it does, because a big issue in the movie is that, like, Billy has been chosen by the wizard Shazam. He's like, the wizard needs somebody who's pure of heart to fight this villain and keep evil at bay because it's escaped. But after a while, the wizard's got his ass kicked. He's old. He ain't being that picky no more. He's like, listen, okay, you know what? You took on some bullies. And just come here.
Yeah.
Take this power. I'm tired. It's got to be you now.
Yeah.
So the thing is about Billy is that Billy's not all that good of a kid. Like he's in a foster home. Something really kind of fucked up happened to him early on to put him in a foster home, and all he does is escape his whole life, looking for his mom. So even when he gets to his foster home, that's a dream foster home. Like he's got all these kids that are friendly to him right off the bat. The couple that run the place, they take good care of the kids.
Yeah.
The mom is really super fucking hot. She's like Marissa
That's why
Tomei.
Billy's staying.
Well, she's like Marissa Tomei, Aunt May hot. She looks like an Angelina Jolie that eats. And he's got every reason.
Damn, Martin. You'd have to do that.
But he's got every reason to stick around, and he's like, nah, I don't trust nobody. It's all about me. So he gets these powers. It ain't like, okay, now I can do the right thing. He's like, yeah, cool. But it's still all about it's all about Billy.
And you know something? It's funny you should mention that because that's one of the things when I was looking at some of the trailers and some clips out there that they didn't make the foster home. You know, they didn't make them bad parents who just had these kids. It wasn't like Annie with a superhero.
Right.
You know, but it's funny because I was watching one clip and it looks like the family's cool. The kids are cool.
Yeah.
The most dangerous one in the house is fucking Billy.
Yeah.
The way even Billy comes in when he gets these powers, he's almost about to break his little sister's neck. When he comes in, he actually looks like he's about to abduct her ass.
I'm so worried about you.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Freddie?
Freddie, what happened to the stairs?
Crack! It's broken.
Don't you see a goddamn thing?
Shut your fucking mouth.
I'll kill you.
Okay, I'll kill you. You gonna be quiet?
Some old guy brought me to a temple and he made me say Shazam. Rosa!
Is she even good at keeping secrets?
Moderate.
Shazam! We had to. She knows too much. I always thought that was cool that he's in his house and he's the most dangerous thing. And, you know, these people, because while it's funny, I also want to have a little bit of feeling like, man, but this is a comedy, but I want to feel like, all right, you know, he's a 15-year-old with muscles and powers he can't handle. I want to feel like there's a little bit of danger around him.
Well, for the most part, it's not so much about how he can't handle stuff. They do some of that where he's like, oh, this adult body, or these adult hands, I screwed this up. There's a little bit of that. It's more about, okay, he's got powers, but he doesn't have the drive to go out and help or save people. So what does he do? He's just kind of performing, taking selfies. When I say performing, he's out doing lightning shows with a bucket on the ground for people to put money in. I mean, that's how he's rolling.
That makes me laugh, man. That's kind of funny.
Everybody's kind of digging it, but Freddie at first is with him. And then he's kind of going like, "Yo, man, you're not really a superhero. I mean, you're a guy with powers and you got a costume, but hero and is doing stuff." And yeah, it's not. You see that in the trailer where he accidentally shocks that bus and almost kills those people.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really take responsibility until Dr. Savannah, played by Mark Strong, shows up and beats the shit out of him in front of everybody. And much like a kid, his first instinct is to run.
Oh, you know what? And I have a clip here with that because for one, this clip does two things. It shows what you're talking about with Mark Strong as what Doctor is saying. Savannah, yeah. Where finally, when he does try to be a superhero, gets his ass whooped. But at the same time, I think this is with me not having seen the movie. I think it's a cool scene where it shows how he's very immature to be in the position that he's in, both by getting defeated and both by even he almost just died, and he's just happy to show off that he can fly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You grovel like a child.
You're like, oh my God, I'm beating up a Millie challenge, man. What am I doing? I'm a villain, but I ain't that villain.
I believe Superman, what arm is it? I can fly!
You know, it's something about Zachary Levi and his performance where he embodies like a kid.
He does.
Who just, because they can do a lot of things and get away with it just by saying, well, he's a kid. You know, he can make mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's for you, because I've seen a lot of people say that that's what they love about this. And it sounds like for you, it's like, okay, they may take that a little bit too far sometimes.
Well, I didn't so much think they took it too far, but maybe too long, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it works. Don't get me wrong, it works. But there is a point when it goes on for a while, you're like, all right, I'm kind of tired of him being a jackass. I need something to come along and get him on track. Otherwise, he's getting on my fucking nerves right now.
Jimon Hansu.
Yeah, yeah, and he as the wizard Shazam, who gives him the powers.
Yeah,
and he's very good.
Yeah, how much time does he have in the movie? Because throughout
not a whole lot.
Trailer.
No, not a whole lot. He's there in the beginning. For the opening scene where it opens with the origin of Dr. Savannah, and then later he comes back to give Billy his powers. And this scene, that scene right there, where him giving Billy his powers, that's like the one scene that really comes from the old original comics. Everything else is heavily based on this new Shazam series they're doing.
Another thing that a lot of people have talked about, even when you're winning, man, a lot of people say that, all right, a lot of people know how to get. Even Marvel knows what they're doing, except for one thing, and that's their villains, man.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's not so cool.
And because what I see here is what I read up, because I don't know this villain very well. I read up on his background, and people describe him. I've seen several sources where it's like, yeah, he's just a mad scientist.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah,
here he seems more like a Nazi or something.
No, it's not that. It's because he starts out as somebody who was a candidate for the Captain Marvel role. But he didn't pass the test, and he spent his life like he was a short kid who got kind of belittled by his brother and his dad for being a weakling and a coward, and then he gets to take this test and he fails, so he dedicates his life to finding and getting these powers, and he goes the dark side, gets his powers from the evil side, but. It's one of these things where had they made him a short little guy, everything would have worked. But you see him as an adult who's tall, fit, owns his own company.
Yeah.
And he's still, I got to get revenge on my dad. And it's just something about it like, this doesn't ring very true at this point.
It's cool to have a company and succeed in life, but to have the power of a god, and you fucked that up. Did his dad have a hand in that?
No.
Oh, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's just like, Dad used to bully me when I was a kid. It's like, and call me little. It's like, well, you ain't little no more.
Yeah.
But you
ain't little. You're a handsome man. You got money.
Yeah.
See, aspirations, man.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like,
Well, I know that they had, you see kind of different versions of him. Like I said, there's a version of him in the comics where he's kind of a scrawny little, mad scientist. And then you got these other versions of him where he's like, this guy who really is big and kind of threatening.
Yeah.
He's got one eye, one other eye that's been like burned out his head. So, but as far as Mark Strong's performance,
he's fine.
He's good, but it's just that his character doesn't have.
Yeah.
Well, that comes right down to the person who they say is carrying the movie for whatever the success and the failures are of this film. It sounds like everybody's saying that. Well, look. There's one thing that's great across the board is Zachary Levi. Zachary Levi is part of that new club too. Dudes who because you see
goofy dudes who
goofy dudes. Yeah, like he started out in Chuck as for the role of being like a goofy dude who's caught up being a spy. The irony is that he is a goofy dude.
Yeah,
but he's that guy that went from being average to goddamn.
Yeah,
right up there in that club that Chris Pratt and John Krasinski.
Yeah.
They look like people say look like Pixar characters on steroids.
Right.
But is that the thing that he is that he truly is as great as people say?
Oh no, he carries the movie. Him and the Foster brother, and anytime it's on the two of them, it's all gold.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's why I hear that the real strength of the movie is in it's just in watching him be a big kid, the chemistry that he has with this younger cast member.
Right, and they throw just a quick little nod to the movie Big in it. That they don't stop the movie for it. Well, they kind of do, but it's cute. You would expect them to do more.
Well, the movie itself is a nod to Big. You don't have to go no further than that.
Right.
It's Big with a cape, and muscles. So I could have even called it Bigger. They wanted to. No, I'm not gonna lie. It is a movie that I hardly say this. I always come in to say I keep my expectations low. I keep my hopes reasonable.
Yeah.
This was something that I was really looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a little disappointed to hear that it's not great.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you why it's not great.
Okay.
All right. And there's a number of reasons that that I know you'll hit upon when you get to it. So a part of what makes it not great, it's okay. First off, maybe this is nitpicky, but once again, a Captain Marvel movie is making me apologize to Black Panther, because I talked about how the CGI wasn't so good in Black Panther, but it was better than a lot of this here. It's too often you can see the padding in the suit. Like you could tell it's a big padded suit.
Oh yeah.
But just this CGI in it throughout that you just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna squint and blur my eyes because I'm trying to like this and I'm having fun. I mean,
damn, well, you got to make your own special effects for the movie. Yeah, that's better.
Like there's some green screening when he flies. It's it's about 10 years old, and then when Mark Strong, I'm like, I bet he said, I ain't getting on wires. I don't care who says what. So some of his flying stuff looks like Keanu Reeves, the CGI in the second Matrix.
Could it be said that it's part of the goofiness of the movies adding to it?
No.
I'm more like, don't even try.
No.
Just stop. Just stop.
No. Overall, direction is a bit like a YA adaptation. It often reminded me of Percy Jackson.
Really?
More than anything else. Yeah, it's just kind of flat. It's there's just places where it's like, man, they could have reached for something higher, and either they didn't or they couldn't, because they're trying to put a lot of things in here, a lot of different themes and elements. By the time you get to the end, it's like, man, y'all are juggling way more balls than you should have, and it stops you from really delving into some things, which is really too bad. Yeah, by the time you get to the third act of it, it's so predictable and nothing special.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the chat right now and seeing what they're saying before I let you give your ratings here. The budget on this was $85 million, I believe. Yeah, I'm looking at somebody said that. It was lower for a superhero movie. People in the chat have been loving it. I'm looking at Justin. Justin gave it an 8 out of 10. Let's go ahead and hear your rating. I'm a little nervous, but go ahead. What do you?
Oh, no reason to be nervous. I still give it a high matinee. And it overall is a fun movie, and you don't really leave disappointed. But there is that feeling of I wish it could have been as fun as the movie I saw in my head, or at least based on the trailers.
Would you say, Martin? Martin, like, damn, you gonna rationalize the hell out of this. You gonna force a full price on this. Martin, would you say that maybe if I had my expectations a little lowered, and then have my movie, have my own movie in my own head, that I might be able to, okay, y'all need to quit in the chat. Y'all stop this now. Stop it. Somebody put in here a cat picture. You've got to be kidding me. That has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. You think it could possibly, if I go in with my expectations a little lower, that it might be a full price?
It's possible. It does seem like it's made for a younger audience. But at the same time, by saying that, there are some things that happen in it that are gruesome, where I was kind of shocked, like, oh, goddamn. And dramatically, Billy's story arc ends up it's one of those where you're like, well, god damn.
But now you just really see, Martin, now that sells somebody on a movie.
I mean, just from the kind of kid level it's going on, you're like, y'all put this and
that in there?
In this movie?
Wow.
And that person disintegrated, and you got the effects team to do it like that? That's gonna give these kids nightmares. Okay.
That they need to put that on your Rotten Tomatoes profile. Your quote. Well, goddamn. And I hope they put your picture up too. Like, shit. Shazam. Y'all do not reward this man for that pun. Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not give him memes.
It does get dark at points.
I read one critic's review, and I was ready to get on her ass too. But since you said it, because I thought she was just kind of just being like a little, I thought she was being stuck up, because she says, what she say? She said, some things took me off guard and probably should not be in a family movie like this.
you wouldn't expect it. I mean, I'm not going to say it shouldn't be there, but it was one where you're cruising at a certain altitude, and then it just went, you're like, wait, what? What?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Wow, now you got to be looking forward to this movie for a completely different reason.
I mean, I guess it is telling kids, like, hey, okay, how much fun you having? There's some shit out there,
Well,
and you ain't getting away from it.
Thank you for watching, everyone. That means a lot. It means even more if you hit the subscribe button. And if you really love what we do, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find a long-form version of this video and also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com. And remember to always stay toasty.